Hello, this is Matt Harris with Harris WebWorks, and today we're going to talk about the 4 ways to connect Magento to NetSuite. So for those of you guys who don't know, Magento and Adobe Commerce are essentially the same system. Adobe Commerce is the enterprise version that Adobe owns, and Magento is the open source version that the community uses. About 90% or more of all installs are the open source software, and the Adobe Commerce software is more used for larger companies of kind of enterprise or commercial scale. So the first way, there's 3 ways to do it, 4 ways to do it. There's Celigo, there's Far App, which has now been rebranded as NetSuite Connect, and NetSuite owns it. The other is our platform called Sync Connection, which we've been working on for years. And then the fourth way is to just do a custom API connection. Each one has pros and cons. And I'm just going to try to explain the 4 ways just to create some clarity in case you're looking to invest in connecting your NetSuite to a Magento or Adobe Commerce eCommerce front end. So the first is Celigo. Celigo is probably the biggest and most common and most popular way to connect the 2 systems. Celigo is what they call an iPaaS system. So it's platform as a service. That's what the PaaS stands for. And it's essentially a third system. So imagine that you have your NetSuite system. You've spun up an Adobe or Magento instance. Maybe you already have it. And you want to send product data into Magento, and you want order data to flow back. Those are your typically 2 flows. So when people say bi-directional, it's product data, orders. The way Celigo works is it works in what they call flows. So you have an iPaaS system, you get a Celigo account, you connect your NetSuite to that account, and you connect your Magento to that account, and then you essentially map the fields. So those fields are your flows. So as you have the product data flow will include product SKU, price, name, short description, long description. It's customizable, so depending on what you're selling, there could be more or less fields, but that's essentially how it works. It was created by a former NetSuite staffer. So it was built as a tool to connect things to NetSuite. I believe it was started in 2011, so the company's about 13 years old now. And it's grown into being able to connect different things to different things. So if you want to connect Shopify or BigCommerce to NetSuite, you can do that. I think you can even connect things outside of NetSuite. It's a full iPaaS system. And some people like it. Some people love it. We like it. We use it. We've got a lot of experience using it, and it's great for certain instances. And in other instances, there might be a different solution to go with. But like I said, it's the most common and most popular solution when connecting NetSuite to Magento. The next is Far App, and essentially Far App is not considered an iPaaS system. It's more considered a native NetSuite connector. It's been rebranded NetSuite Connect. So I think a couple of years ago, NetSuite purchased the company, and now it's an internal tool. So if you're a NetSuite customer, they're going to recommend that you use Far App to connect to other stuff inside and outside of the NetSuite ecosystem. But I'll be honest, if you're connecting it to something like Magento, it's not really considered the best in class tool. It doesn't have a good reputation, but in all fairness, I think that could change. I think there's probably businesses that have had a really good experience with it. Everything in this world is fluid, so it could be Far App. When you're seeing this video and considering a solution, it could be that Far App is the best solution for you. But right now, I think Celigo is considered a better solution, or our solution I would recommend. And I'll explain that in the next slide. But essentially, it's NetSuite tool. It's not really intended to connect to anything like Celigo. It's more specifically a native NetSuite tool. The next is Sync Connection. This is our tool that we built probably 5 or 6 years ago. We started working on it. There's a lot of companies using it now. The beauty of it is really its elegance and its simplicity. It's an extension that runs on Magento. Where Celigo's NetSuite native, ours is Magento native. We built it on Magento. So if you have a Magento instance, you install this plugin. You'll do some modifications to your NetSuite. We're also NetSuite certified. You would essentially hire us to put this in place. But the beauty of it is once it's in place, it just runs in the background. We can customize it for you to add new fields. But if you're not making major changes, it will just sit there and run. And there's no third-party system. There's no added expense. And there's no other platform that you need to debug or customize. So in terms of if you're going to work with us as an agency, this is the solution we'd recommend because, frankly, it cuts down on a lot of costs. It creates a lot of simplicity, and it can be much faster and less cumbersome than adding another third system to your tech stack. That's the big advantage. There are advantages to Celigo, which I would also recommend, but it's kind of that trade-off, and it depends on what your business is and how you want to work, which solution you would use. But I would encourage you to talk to us if you're considering either one, because we can get into more details about that. And the last is just an API connection. So you can connect these two systems yourselves. You can hire a developer. You can create a custom connector, a custom API, which might be a great solution for you if you have an in-house dev team or you're already working with a dev team and what you're trying to do is very simple and you don't want the expense of a Celigo and you don't need a full-blown solution like Sync Connect. This might be a good solution. Of course, we could also help you with this if that's required. We do custom API work all the time. So if you wanted to talk to us about it, an API option, feel free to reach out to us as well. So if you're considering any of these solutions, I would say reach out to us, talk to us. We can talk you through it. We can help you or at least guide you through the process and let you feel comfortable that you're making the right decision. And basically, that's it. Those are the 4 ways that I see to connect Magento to NetSuite. And my name's Matt Harris, and give us a buzz if you're considering setting something like this up. Thanks.